I spent the first 9 years of my life growing up in Brisbane. Some of my biggest interest areas as a kid were horse-related. I absolutely dreamed of having a horse my entire life. And I also really enjoyed going with my dad to Archfield Airport just to watch planes flying around the place. I never thought that'd be something that I'd end up doing as a career now. Starting high school, I was quite excited being that they had an aerospace department. I really didn't know what was going to be involved in that subject or whether it'd be for me, but upon going into that class I discovered just how much enjoyment I got out of it and how interesting it was.
Aviation's also been something that she's found easy to get involved in and perform well in because she's just good at, you know, let me see the detail, let me absorb that, let me make sense of that. No one else in our family has ever flown a plane or been involved in aviation other than transport between Brisbane and Melbourne or whatever. So we've provided logistical and financial and emotional support to get past the various issues and challenges that she's had getting to where she wants to go. You know, when you see your children having success and achieving, you don't want to stand in their way, you just want to do what can I do to help you? Her dedication to it is about her passion.
When you look at what we're passionate about and what we enjoy, I think that's, you know, when we know what that is, it's a real gift to us as a person. Often when I'm working with young people and they're trying to work out, you know, what should I do post-school, you know, what kind of career should I really start moving towards, they'll probably move towards that and do a couple of other things in their career. You know, we always look for that kind of sense of joy and passion.
The leaks within them, also having a look at the exhaust, making sure that that's still functioning.
Quite early on in the subject, we went on an excursion to Gympie Airport. We saw some planes and we also went to a flight school to find out what it was like being a student pilot. And I was given a trial and introductory flight, which I did, and it really sparked my interest in learning to fly. Being that an everyday person like myself could do it just really blew my mind a lot.
As soon as she stepped inside a plane, you know, all she wanted was, how do I do more of that? As soon as she flew, she was thinking about the next exciting thing. So it became pretty clear that's what she was intent on doing.
Sonja contacted us through some mutual friends. She was at a flying school that had closed down, so she was no longer able to work from there. She already had an impressive amount of hours for her age, and she had the ambition of being the youngest flight instructor at RAOs.
So we're doing a brief full precautionary search and landing. It's a bit like pushing someone who can't swim in the deep end of the pool, except the problem is you can swim, but you just don't know yet. So it's a lot of anything you've done at home, any preparation you think, it's never enough. It's a real first, wow, I'm actually doing my rating, and also, wow, I need a lot more practice in being an instructor. It's certainly not an effortless process. So you've got to talk, you've got to be able to explain every concept of what you're talking about in various ways, and you've also got to be fairly good at drawing what you need to get across. You don't have to be the best artist, but you have to be able to explain what you've drawn, which is something that I certainly struggled with a little bit initially. Probably about 8 months before I got my rating, I decided that I looked up, you know, what's involved in being an instructor. It was the instructor I had. I really was inspired by them. I wanted to be, you know, come across and be a similar person and help others. Sort of started looking at what the process was like and realised that I really had the prerequisites. I just wasn't old enough, and a lot of flight schools I initially started talking to wouldn't actually take me until I was 18, which made me realise that it was possible. I just had to put in a bit more effort, and it was something that once I got into And as the time was getting closer and closer, I realised how much pressure I was putting on myself, but I wasn't going to back that pressure off.
When we understand ourselves, it takes us a long way towards what it is that we can achieve in life, and it's really helpful. And so I think that it doesn't matter if we're extrovert, introvert, if we're easygoing, or if we're really rigid, or what the personality construct might be, there's a way of finding strength in it. There's a way of an introvert making that work really well for them.
Once we climb up to 4.5, I'll demonstrate a stall. I'll get you to follow me through, then I'll let you have a go.
Okay.
We'll look at, it's just basic stalling, so we'll just have a look at.
There's an open day in Harvey Bay. They're looking for flying training, so we thought we'd take everyone we could. We've got just about every aeroplane going up, and we thought we'd do some instructor flight training with Sonja on the way up and on the way back.
I'll give you the controls, so you have controls.
Okay, I have control.
Yep, so letting our airspeed wash off. Keeping straight with our feet. You'll feel some buffeting. Low airspeed floppy controls.
Push having helicopter
Stall.
hotel Victor.
Alright, my nose to just below the horizon.
1-1 for practice auto rotation from 500 feet to jump.
How's that?
Yep, a bit of a height loss.
Hey?
That was definitely a bit of a height loss one.
I think society certainly is changing in the context of our kids at school and you know, both girls and boys understanding that they can be whoever they want to be and so on. So the aspirations are there, you know, the acknowledgements there that they absolutely can be whoever they want to be. And then I think it's up to industries like ours, like the aviation industry, to actually put in place things that enable that. Because if we have young girls, little girls at school who do want to be pilots, you know, then they need to be able to look and see role models and make sure that we are giving females who wouldn't necessarily be as forthright about it the opportunity to fulfil their dreams in the same way we give our little boys.
Even back when I was doing aerospace at school, I was the only girl in the class. Now I go to an airport and a flight school. There was one other girl who flew there, but there was a lot of blokes in the and there still are a lot of blokes in a lot of the aviation industries, but you certainly notice that you're noticed more if you're a girl.
Sonja's 18th birthday is coming up really quickly. We've got a few hours left to go, but the weather hasn't allowed us to do anything really. We've got everything tucked away ground school wise, but we've just got to get some more flights done. We're hoping that we'll get some clear days and get it finished so she can graduate on her 18th birthday.
There's always stress involved in the test, so tomorrow if I get it would be a very big achievement to become Australia's youngest instructor, which is certainly something that I have put in a lot of dedication to get to.
With any flight test, there's always a lot of different feelings, there's emotions, there's stress, there's anxiety. And to throw in that, in fact, you've just had your 18th birthday, hopefully she's putting that to the back of her mind and just concentrating. We're really happy with the standard she's got to, so it's all up to her just to perform correctly on the day.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
And your AAT hat.
Thank you.
Happy birthday too.
Thank you.
How does it feel to have your instructor rating?
Very, very awesome. So, very excited.
What were the conditions in the test like out there?
It was incredibly windy. Also had internal factors such as coal in the aircraft. It was alright. Just had to fight the conditions, which is mostly just wind today.
Happy to have had it done?
Yes, very much so. It's a huge relief to be finished.
It's a journey that I decided that I wanted to take quite soon after I got my NAV endorsement. I'd flown with a lot of great instructors and had decided that if they had made my journey this amazing, I wanted to also help someone else along their journey. Now we can relax the back pressure. They did it. 2 really good turns. And I also enjoy teaching people. It's quite satisfying. You see the reward throughout all the process of getting someone to where they need to be. There we go. That was good. Yeah. Almost too easy. I might have to make the next one a bit harder. Yes. Might do the same as you. It's very pretty out there. Yes, it is. Can we take a selfie too? Yes. Do. If there are people who would be more inspired by females, that I'd certainly be. I hope that I can be someone that someone looks up to.